We got to find ourselves a good Southern man.
Yeah.
Someone who can run this country right.
Back in the old days, they talk about make America great again. We want to take it back.
Back to the Old West.
Old West was good.
Old West was good.
We knew
good laws.
You know what lands a good time when we know who the enemy is.
Yeah.
And that brings us together. Right now, we don't know who the enemy is.
Exactly.
And it divides us over here.
No, exactly. Tim Dillon was saying it the last pod. We
Really?
need another 9/11. We need another. Everybody was happier during 9/11. We all you got out of your car.
It's too big a thing for it to not last that long. Like, it only lasts like max a year.
He's like, we need another war. We need another combined effort. 9/11.
I think we just need an enemy. I don't even know if it needs to be a thing.
Yeah.
We're better off when we're like, fuck Russia. I don't even think Russia being our enemy is one of the I think we would get along with Russia
pretty well.
Yeah, like
we're a short ocean away.
Yeah, but like,
imagine that superpower. If they would just convert to democracy.
If us and Russia predator handshake, they would obviously be Arnold and we because they don't have black people there. But
yeah, no, they're not allowed. I don't think,
except for Roy Jones Jr. He's a citizen, bro. You want to know something
Russia?
Sick? Yeah. The best fight this weekend that I made a point to tell everyone about. Did my due diligence as like hey, don't just tune in for the main event. This is the real good fight. That was the fight that my stream fucked up for, and I missed most of it. So I can't even speak to most of it.
So people came into work and was like, "Yo, dude, that fight you recommended was great." And you're like, "Yeah, I missed it." I actually didn't see any of it.
Yeah, no, I got to tune in for the last minute where they're swinging for the fences, and the announcer's like, "What a fight! Fight of the year candidate!
A war!"
Yeah. God damn it!
So you didn't see any of it?
I saw the opening minute and the last minute.
And there's no way to see it again? I don't know, because you're bootleg.
What?
You don't have the bootleg.
I have a site that probably has it. It's gonna be like slightly shittier quality than I would like, but it's fine. I've seen people putting like
it's called R.com. R MMA.
Yeah. MMAcore.com.tv. They usually have it, but it's like a weird like aspect ratio that doesn't exist at any. It's like one. It's like
you have black bars in every direction.
It's something I don't know. It's like a tube TV back in the day or something. It's like a box instead.
It's cool to watch like old cartoons and like it is stuck in that aspect ratio of just a box. Yeah. It's not widescreen yet.
Every now and again, I'll throw that on where it's like Cartoon Network 6-hour block programming with commercials.
You do that?
I'll throw that on sometimes.
That's fun.
Or Toonami is a good one for that. But real quick with I said Roy Jones Jr. Fucking Esteban Ribovics comes out.
Ribovics.
Guy who I've had my eye on since he got to the UFC. Like this guy. Not going to be champ, but fucking tremendous action fighter. Knows what's up. He comes walking out to Roy Jones Jr.'s song. Who's in the fucking crowd, front row? Roy Jones Jr. So Roy Jones Jr. is like rapping along with his own song.
Really?
As this guy walks out. And then he gets the win, close call win. And then Roy Jones Jr. goes and meets him in the locker room and says, like, that was a fucking tremendous fight.
That was a good fight.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Cool. That's cool.
You can't, that's like movie shit you can't plan.
Why is he in Russia?
He was over there for like, combat sports are like other people's football and shit in other countries. Like football and basketball is big here. Like other countries, like combat sport, like wrestlers are like
the AAA athletes are the Tom Brady's of Russia.
Yeah. So he goes over there and people are like, holy shit, Roy Jones Jr.
Oh my God. When he could probably just walk around here.
Yeah. And if you're not like in
if you're not 60 or into fighting.
Yeah, if you're not someone particularly into that world or whatever. If you're like Vegas, you probably couldn't walk around.
Probably, yeah.
But or like where he's from, maybe he's known. But like most anywhere, you could just be a guy.
Yeah, it's gotta be annoying.
It wouldn't be like every two people stopping. It would be like every once in a while, someone would be like Roy Jones Jr.
I am actually, which is probably the best. That's probably the best because you don't want to be like Tyson, where you can't go anywhere and be like, I like Tyson.
I heard a dude talking about being with Vince Vaughn. He was with Vaughn and Shane Gillis, And he was talking about how him and Shane, like when they would get recognized, they would be like, thanks, blah, blah, blah.
Hello.
He's like, Vince Vaughn, master. People were like, what do you mean? He's like, he would clock them coming up.
Keep going.
He would clock them coming up to say what's up to him before they started to. So then he would head them off, and he would go up to them and be like, hey, what's going on? And like would do like a quick spiel or whatever, and then would be on his way. And like, he was saying like the people didn't even know what the fuck just happened. It was like a drive-by of saying what's up. So instead of him getting stuck by it, and getting cornered by some people, he just fucking did the thing for them before they could even like ask about it or anything.
No, that's the best. Yeah, no.
Vince Vaughn, of all people, makes sense, would be able to do that.
Yeah, catch the man's 6'8".
Chicago dude, fast talk, just good Midwest, talk to anybody.
Looks over, like, that guy fucking knows me. That's got to be a good feeling. That's cool.
I didn't realize he's in like a, someone said he was in like a comeback.
Really?
I thought Vince Vaughn just does things when he wants to do things.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was like out.
He like fell off. Well, he came out as like Republican, I remember, and people were like,
yeah, I guess that.
Get out of here.
Happened.
Shoo!
Yeah.
Shoo!
Vince, don't you want to be in movies?
Yeah. Do you understand who runs Hollywood? No, that's like who's the old dude? Clint Eastwood. He's deeply Republican, but he's old.
And no one was
on
like,
death's door.
That wasn't up in the air if he was, what side of things he was on. He made Gran Torino. It wasn't like, you're not.
Did he direct that? Did he write and direct
I think
that?
he does, yeah. I think once he got old, he did like everything on all the movies.
He's like, I'm just going to do it all. I'm going to tell a real American story.
I was like, now, do you think it's necessary in this scene to say it 8 times? And he's like, I'll say it 9 times.
Fucking gritting his teeth. Which, this movie is a tremendous film.
This is the movie.
Directed and produced by Clint Eastwood.
The first time me and Nick hung out, this is the movie he put on.
Really?
He's like, you ever seen Gran Torino? I was like, no, what's that? He's like, it's Clint Eastwood basically calls a bunch of Asian people gooks for like an hour and a half. I was like, yeah, sounds
Sign
good,
me
brother.
up, brother.
We just
yeah.
laughed at this movie.
Directed and produced. I watched The Dirt yesterday. You ever watch that? It's on Netflix. Actually, a good movie. It's about like Motley Crue, like how they started. Like even if you're not into Motley Crue, the film is great. It's directed by Jeff Tremaine. I found at the end.
Really?
Did Jackass and
That's
all
always
that.
cool when you see someone.
Yeah,
like
no,
that.
I was like, it was filmed
like,
in,
good for you, motherfucker.
Yeah, it was filmed in 2019, and like it looks like it's filmed like those movies.
That's
where it's
awesome.
like where like the camera's like shaky and like it does like those big I don't know, just it looks.
I was watching Reno and I thought, like, man, it does kind of add such a fun element to things when, like, the cameramen are part. It was the episode when they go to stop the noise complaint at the garage band, and he's like, Joe, you play a little drums, don't you? And the camera's like, yeah, I do, actually.
Yeah, dude, get off. You play little drums, right?
Or just, like, when they're jumping over shit and, like, the camera guy's got to, like, they go missing for a second, then he pops over the fence. Same thing with Trailer Park Boys and shit.
Or when they throw Junior through the window, and he's like, "Did you get that? Yeah. No, you didn't get that." And he just shakes the camera no, and he's like, we could probably let them out. I bet they're gonna start fighting again."
It's such a good show.
No, that show's grown on me. I think more than Trailer Park Boys at this point.
Trailer Park Boys is more of a comfort show. I don't know if
you got to watch it. You got to watch a season at a time,
and it longevity crushes Reno. Like Reno has
it falls off
a first stint, then it has the second stint, and then it has the third like Quibi when they're really old one.
Yeah, I didn't even watch those.
They're like worth watching, but not like put at the top of your list. It's like they're there. Next time you go through it, you could finish it off with those. But I think they're on Paramount.
Yeah, we're going through them right now.
Yeah,
for like the third time.
Reno's definitely like has higher highs as far as laughs. But Trailer Park Boys is like more endearing and
the character development. That has character development to a T.
You still haven't finished it, right?
No, I finished it.
Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah, I think so.
You got to when they're on the bus and they all eat like all the crazy amount of mushrooms?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Leahy finds
the cops pulling him over and they have like
when
pounds and pounds of mushrooms. Like, we gotta eat these things.
when no, and then we got to when Leahy, he thinks Ricky's dying. He's like,
when he's drops the joint in the
I'm your dad, Rick.
Takes it, spits the joint out just enough to light it. You fucking piece of shit.
Fuck shit, Rick.
That's one of the best pieces of acting I've ever seen.
He's incredible. His falls are incredible. Leahy brings that show together.
Yeah, he's like the Danny DeVito to Sonny.
Yeah, exactly.
I always forget Danny DeVito has like a part in Reno. He's like the producer or whatever.
Yeah. We just saw that.
Yeah. He's high ranking.
Danny DeVito can act. That's what you forget.
Me and dude at work were talking about, because I guess he was saying how there's like a Penguin show coming out. I'm like, why is that the guy they keep trying to do? Like, Danny DeVito did it.
Is the Penguin. That's
the first time out.
He's disgusting.
He did it. That's the Penguin.
Yeah,
he did it.
It's perfect.
They keep trying to like capture lightning twice.
No, we need a bald, big guy.
Or like a fucking skinny, yeah.
I'm the Penguin.
That's what they did for the Gotham.
I'm the Penguin.
It's like, Danny DeVito had flippers. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Flippers. No, that was great.
Catwoman was all crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember her too much.
I forever hate that they cast Anne Hathaway as Catwoman in the new ones.
Really?
Or not?
Who should have been Catwoman? Halle Berry?
Halle Berry was Catwoman. Dumbass. What are you talking about? She was Catwoman in the movie.
In the 80s?
No.
90s?
Early 2000s.
What, is it the Clooney ones?
No, she's Catwoman in the Catwoman movie.
Oh.
I don't know if she's in...
I never seen the Catwoman movie.
In a Batman one.
Mm.
I think Mekhi Phifer's how you say the girl's name that's in the Penguin one. I don't know. Or Michelle Pfeiffer. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know.
Maybe.
But I don't know. Anne Hathaway, pretty, not nearly hot or busty enough to be Catwoman.
No, you got to be busty.
Busty's probably not even the right word, but you got to have an ass that's able to fill it out. And she's not. There's one scene on the like motorcycle where she's like all arched and stuff where she looks okay, but it's like if that's the position you got to get in to like make your ass look good, you got to be looking good just at rest in a Catwoman costume.
Yeah.
I'm not saying.
And the Catwoman costume, it's like the Black Widow costume. It helps. It helps out.
Black Widow, you got to be busty.
Yeah. That was a good cast.
Yeah, tremendous cast.
the best cast.
Like, yeah, I never seem to make it past the halfway point of Iron Man 2.
You think
she
her
comes out as the hottest girl I've ever seen in my life in that movie?
Her and Chris Hemsworth probably boned on set, right?
I like to not think so.
I would say so. I would say 100%.
I would, listen, man.
I'm sorry. Who played Captain America? Chris Evans. That guy.
I prefer that. I still like to think that she's...
I want his arms.
You know who I like to
He's
think
got a good set of arms.
Bill Murray. Lost in translation.
Lost in translation.
She's like, yeah, Chris Evans,
He's whatever.
You know, dime a dozen. Bill Murray.
Hung like a horse.
Made me laugh. That's my favorite thing growing up is people being like, oh yeah, key to a girl's heart, just gotta make her laugh. But like, I've never heard of a less true thing.
Like, what's his face? Eric Andre. He was with like one of the hottest models, I think, out there.
He was with Rosario Dawson, remember?
Yeah.
And when I think she was like in a diaper from surgery, and he's like, I don't care. And she was like, wow, that's really something. Most guys would be like, ew.
Ew.
Like, oh,
yeah, look at him.
Whatever.
I've been showered in weeks.
Yeah, cut to him throwing up at his desk.
No, that was a great movie. Bad Trip.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But The Dirt.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to put that on, that's a great... Do you like 80s rock and shit? You know Motley Crue at all?
I don't think so. I know they're all like drug addicts.
Yeah, they partied like the hardest, I think. But then the best scenes with Ozzy, they're at a pool and Ozzy comes out in like a fucking moo-moo. And it's like I think it's this 80s or the 70s. And Ozzy walks up and he's like, "Hello, love. Can I top off your drink? Next drink's on me." And he turns around, pulls his ass out, and he's got a $1 bill in between his ass cheeks. And he's like, "Come on, go ahead and grab it, love."
You ever heard the Nick Swartzen joke about Motley Crue?
No.
He was saying how he's like, he gets so drunk all the time, and sometimes he thinks he has a problem. He's like, yeah, sometimes I think I got to stop drinking, but the other day I was watching a documentary of Motley Crue, and they're like, Nikki Sixx used to drink heroin through a fire hose. I'm like, okay, I'm probably all right.
Okay.
No, anytime I hear Motley Crue, that's what I think of.
That movie's
Nikki Sixx used to drink heroin through a fire hose.
That movie's great because Nikki Sixx is doing heroin, and at one point he ODs.
Nikki Sixx is a great name.
Oh, incredible! He changed it to that. He's doing heroin, dies, is in the ambulance, dead. The one guy brings him, like, he shoots like 6 adrenaline shots in his heart, gets up, lives, and he goes, "And that was the lowest point of my life." And then he goes, "And then I went home and I shot up heroin again. And that was the lowest part of my life."
And
that right there.
There was a dude on Kill Tony I was watching. He was talking about how he used to do heroin. And it's so sad when those guys go on there because immediately everyone's like, "How was it?" And you just see a guy be like,
"The best thing ever.
It's the best thing I've ever done. It's the best feeling I've ever had." And they just have to be like, "And I can't have it anymore." Like, it's like, it's got to be, because most of your day you got to spend saying, like, it's not even that good. But now someone's, like, posing the real question to you, and you're like, "No, it is the best. I would do it right now."
No, that looks terrifying. That's one where I would be like, "Nah, I'm okay."
I would love to go to an opium den.
Yeah, you like that.
That would be nice.
Smoke opium.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have it soon.
Yeah, the next solar cycle.
For when my opium blossoms.
Yeah. The next harvest. Now that'll be exciting once we get. That'll be a fun project for the fans at home to keep up with.
Yeah. Yeah, we're synthesizing opium.
Yeah.
The cops are at your house.
I'm allowed to synthesize whatever I want out of plants. I'm not selling anything. I'm a goddamn Native American.
Is that true?
No, probably not.
Is that a true thing? Like, can you make cocaine in your backyard? You go, "I'm not selling it. This is for..."
Well, you can't make meth because making meth is like a hazard. So it's like you would need, I think the thing is like
It's a hazard to make... Oh, yeah, explode.
explodes, yeah.
What a rush. Imagine making meth on meth.
Sweating like that guy in Predator.
I'm going to pull that picture up. Nah, there's no way you'd be able to find that.
Sweaty
Black.
No, you can't type in sweaty black guy into my computer.
Sweaty black guy from Predator.
That guy's in stuff. I can't think of what, though. He's got a very iconic face. He looks like that dog from...
Yeah, I got it. Dude, they fucking doused his ass with a fire hose.
I like how when he's shaving, he's like not even has any like stubble or anything.
Nothing.
He's just
No,
dragging a
it's
razor
skin.
across his face.
No, it's just skin.
But you know what I'm talking about when I say who he looks like, right?
No.
The droopy dog. It's the elevator operator in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Next floor,
Yeah.
please.
Doesn't he look like that guy?
A little bit, yeah. If he had some more jaws.
I think in movies he gets a little fatter and
Going
he does
up?
start to look more like that.
Going up, please. Oh.
I'm sorry, sir.
Just a sad Jew. Oh,
Which you
God.
could do back in those days.
You can do that. Dude, you know what I want to do? I popped on Fantasia. The last time you saw that, the original, bro. I want to take mushrooms and watch that shit. It's incredible. It's
shit like that's always good.
No, crazy animation. Yeah, there's a big disclaimer in the beginning that's like, listen, we make fun of we depict every race as fruit at some point in this.
Different times.
Different times. You're allowed to do
I
this.
don't want to hear anything about racism or anti-Semitic.
They arrested Diddy. Did you see that? you hear about that?
I didn't look into it. I saw that the thing I saw said that he was hiring lots of gay prostitutes to fuck each other, and then he would record it all, and he would have like 1,000. He had like 1,000 pounds of KY jelly or something.
Yeah, he had 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lube.
Baby oil, yeah.
Was recovered.
And then he was he would like go around like laughing, and he would like make a girl get involved and like take a picture, and you just like have like incriminating evidence of everybody.
So that's what it is.
A gay prostitute, how is that incriminating?
Is it because they throw? I assume he has all the gay prostitutes going at it in a room, and then he goes and finds like a Kanye or something, and fucking goes, here, go in this room.
See, I thought those are more like intimate things where you get so drunk and then you end up back at a place and now all of a sudden like gay shit's happening. That's how all those rap stories I've heard happen. This sounded like he was doing like a gay off or like I forget there was some word that was in the headline that was like,
dude, like do the gayest thing.
Fuckathon or something. Like it was like some Olympian purport. Yeah. Like that's why there's so much lube and shit. Like it was like an event of some kind.
That's crazy. 1,000 bottles.
What a fucking loser, though.
What a crazy thing to do. I guess that's how you get that big, though. You get all this incriminating blackmail on people. Blackmail.
A blackmail blackmailing.
A blackmail blackmailing.
Blackmails.
That's
what the headline should have been.
Blackmail blackmailing blackmails.
We could end the podcast
Gay title.
Yeah, I don't know. This shit's just very like. I mean, maybe he's not
I didn't look
the best
into it at all.
example because he might be like a plant or whatever.
I want to make the prediction now. I think he'll be dead within the next few weeks.
A lot of speculation he's about to get Epsteined because the list that would come out otherwise would be
horrific.
Yeah.
No, his
everybody.
Everybody.
Everybody except Fitty. Fitty's over there laughing.
You fucking game.
I told y'all he was fruity.
I told you.
50's never been so vindicated.
I told y'all asses.
God. Someone's got to get him on a good interview.
Fitty, where's he been? He's been acting.
Tweets, I think.
Oh, really?
I think that's where his...
This thing working?
Oh, yeah. Uncle,
Arnie.
Gross. Nah, Club Shay Shay. Unc. Fucking...
Who is that guy?
Shannon Sharp.
Is he a football player?
He used to be a football player.
Oh, okay. Retired now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He used to do First Take with Skip Bayless when Stephen A. left.
They like to stand up during their podcast.
Skip. I love how he talks. He's got a great accent. Skip. But that's where what's his face? Cat Williams did his interview at. I'll get it.
Yeah, I saw that Cat Williams. Go ahead and give that a try. Yeah. I saw that Cat Williams one.
So I think 50's got to go on there. I think that would be his best outlet. That or Rogan, obviously.
Yeah. Rogan, though, has been getting dicey. He like forgot how to talk to people.
Dude, I watched a clip of him. You ever hear the expression like give monkeys 1,000 years, they'll banging on typewriters, they'll make Shakespeare?
Yeah.
He's like, that's not true though. Someone's like, what? He's like, Shakespeare, word for word, really?
Come on, you think?
And he's like, well, I don't think it's like 1,000 years. I think there's it's just an expression. I think like they're saying, given enough time, like basically infinity.
They'll do it. They'll make it happen.
Like it's almost like the multiverse thing. And he's like, yeah, but you think they're gonna like write it out and then be like the end, like word for word?
I don't know, Joe.
He's like, well, I think it's just like a mathematic, statistical yes, like given enough time. And he's like, I don't know, bro. It just seems.
You think word for word?
So he makes this argument and then turns around and goes, you know, there's videos of monkeys that they taught how to speak English. And then shows a video of a monkey. They're like, say mama. And he goes, mama. And the guy's like, well, you know, monkey's not talking. And he's like, he's saying mama. And he's like, yeah, but they can teach huskies to say like, thank you. Like, they have like a growl that sounds like certain
Yeah.
things. Like he doesn't know that it's not like sign language where they're associating a thing to this thing.
Yeah.
They're just, they know they get food if they grunt in this noise.
Yeah.
He's like,
Okay.
I don't know, bro.
I don't know, man.
I'm hearing mama. And it's like, well, no, I hear it too. I just think, it's fucking, I love the guy, but
No,
it's something else lately.
he's been out there. Even he's with Mike Baker, and Mike Baker starts like bringing up like shit about like CIA or whatever, and he's like, "Well, you think that would really happen?" Like, I don't know. I thought we were in hypotheticals, Joe. Like, I thought we were just fucking around. Did you get it? Damn, how much goo's in your mouth? That's funny. What the fuck was I gonna say? Oh,
It's funny. Says about his own joke.
that's funny.
That's fun.
That's funny. No, you remember how the last week they were shutting your power off?
Yeah.
You know what they've been doing with me?
Not for money.
They've just been shutting my water off.
No heads up.
Nothing. I got one thing on the door for like a month ago, and then now it's just
Get that before it closes back up.
fucking seals back up. All right, I'll tell you in a second.
No, it should be against the law. Did I tell you they left shit here?
No,
They left some type of like sealant. It's like a half bucket if you want it.
really? Did
Yeah.
you bring it in?
No, it's in, I brought it to the other.
I'll take a
part of
look
the
at
yard,
that.
Yeah, it's like behind the breezeway. You can check it out. I was like, these motherfuckers leaving trash in my yard.
I'm always looking. I shouldn't say this.
Fix the fence because those fuckers
Oh, did that work?
busted it up a little bit.
Yeah, animals. No,
I tell them, be careful of my fence. Fuck it up.
they're doing work on the water lines. And like they did the entire part next to my house. They did in front of my house. I don't even see them anymore. They're shutting my water off. This wasn't happening at all before.
Damn.
Bro, we got home yesterday. I turned the water on. It shits out brown water, and then it's just air. I call the city and I go, "Hey, my
I live in Joliet, not Flint.
yeah, I don't live exactly. I'm thinking that there's fucking smoke coming out of my pipes and shit. I don't want to use the water. And then I go in the bathroom. I'm like, let's see if the bathroom one works. Turn that on, bro. It comes out with the force of like one of those super soaker things where you can like you have the normal shot, and then if you pull it back and hit another button, it shoots the whole tank, bro. Boom! Brown water fucking splashes on my new work shirt. Pissed off.
Wow.
Dude, there's fucking, it's everywhere. I had to throw out like the fucking toothbrushes and shit. God damn it.
Damn. I gotta get a toothbrush also.
You do?
I have it in the closet. I just gotta change it.
Oh. Shit water. I called the city and I'm like, hey, is my water turned off for the construction? She goes, that was turned on about 3 hours ago. Just let it run. It'll come. Bro, 30 minutes I have these things on. And it's just, I have to stand there with a towel because it's blasting shit water out of the thing. It's just the rice. It's the rust from inside the pipes or whatever because I got an old ass house. Yeah, just blowing fucking water out. This has been happening daily now. I get home from work. I go to the bathroom. I sit on the toilet. I shit. I go to fucking flush, and the toilet goes because it's just air blowing out of the line. It half flushes the toilet. Now I have real shit water and fucking air blasting me up the ass. I have to flush it 3 more times because now it's not even filling. There's rust. It's disgusting. No notice. No thing on the door saying, hey,
That's
run your
crazy that
pipes
it
before
didn't
you go home
happen
and shit.
when it was right outside your door. Now it's happening.
Yeah, I don't see them anymore. I don't know where they're at.
They're like 2 streets down, and I see them have like a fucking bulldozer when I'm driving by.
From your house?
No, from yours. Like
Yeah.
when I drive away towards Rainer, It's like 2 streets down. I always see him with a fucking cat.
Yeah. Like one of those backhoes.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what the fuck they're doing. And if they move on, right? I don't see them anymore. Fix the goddamn street. Finish paving the fucking street. There's gravel patches all the fuck everywhere. So now when cars drive by, dust comes up. My car is all dusted up. It's disgusting. I can't ride my goddamn longboard because there's rocks in the road.
Yeah, that street going towards Rainer is all fucking gravel on the one side.
It's terrible.
It sucks.
No, I should get a discount on my water bill.
That's what I don't get. Dude, I understand you got to do your thing.
Do your work. You got to update the infrastructure. I get it.
Yeah.
Give me a discount on the water bill.
Now
They shut your power off for a day?
Yeah.
Good. Credit me. Give me a credit.
Saying.
I have to sit in my house is fucking hot.
Yeah. I got to go be a burden to someone now for some air conditioning. Like,
insane. I don't get it. We got home. We went, especially like electricity. It's like, yeah, that does suck. It is during the day, so at least you got natural light. You're not sitting in the dark. But the water, you need what? Like,
what if I need to shower to go to my next job or whatever? Fuck, or like clean my kid or I don't fucking.
Or
know,
like I did that
water.
and the shit water came out and I was covered in this disgusting water. I'm like, well, I can't wash my hands.
Where's my compensation?
No, yeah. So I walked out. I talked to him. He was, a black. No.
Well, that's all. Like, we know goddamn well enough. Like, to go talk to one of these guys is like talking to us at work. Like, yo, you think I fucking decided to come down here? Like,
that's what I mean.
Told me to come here and do a thing.
I almost walked out and asked. They had like 3 dudes out there talking and like they were doing some shit. And I almost walked out and asked, like, hey, am I crazy? Like, are my pipes fucked up or did you guys fuck with some shit? And I kept almost going out there and then I pictured them being like, this fucking ass. Like, I'm fucking what do you want me to do? You see us working? Yeah, right. We're probably fucking with shit. Hey, can you put like a note on the door every time you come out here and work?
I get it.
You want to see a video that brought me a lot of joy?
Sure. Right click it and do open.
Oh, this is nice.
I don't know why it wouldn't work.
Dick. Oh, dick. Holy shit. Holy shit, boys.
Boys?
Oh, fuck. Oh, what's a dick? Oh, shit. Holy. Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Fuck.
You okay? Pinner, bud. Fucking pinner. Holy shit. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh, dick.
Oh, dick.
Oh, my God.
Spicy freaking can. Spicy freaking can. Holy shit. Oh, dick.
Is that not incredible?
I like how it's like the same angled ramp every time that keeps producing the same like.
They don't figure it out. That's what I don't
same
understand.
arc that fucks them.
You're doing it every time.
Yeah.
Like, figure out he could get the dismount perfect.
Yeah,
He's landing on the wheel.
The jump.
He's overcompensating.
Yeah.
He overjumps the ramp. Push the ramp back 8 feet. You're fine.
Fuck.
No, that reminded me of that movie we like with the guy with the big mouth. He's a stunt man. Hot Rod.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Hot Rod. And this is the same guy. Holy shit!
Yeah, that's cool.
Pinner Mike.
Cursing. I liked that.
Oh, dick!
That's like Letterkenny.
Literally that or Trailer Park
Yeah.
Boy. No, that's great.
Fuck me, bud.
Fuck me, bud. You ever see the guy, the snowmobile guy like that? I think he was on.
so.
I think he was on Tosh.
Tosh has a fun podcast.
He has a podcast. Really?
He just started it in the past year.
Is it guy? Is it guy?
It's
Is
like
it good?
It's like Theo's, where he just interviews like people, but they're like people in his life. So he interviewed like his wife's gynecologist.
Really?
He interviewed, I think like his golf trainer or something. Like just people he knows that, but like do a profession.
That's pretty dope.
It's pretty funny.
I like that because everybody does the famous people. Like I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Even if it's funny comedians, if they're doing like the circuit, it's the same fucking story. They end up telling everywhere. So
that's funny. Where like if you catch one comedian on a podcast, it's like, ooh, he's on this one too, and it's like, oh, they talk about the same shit.
that's why I don't usually end up watching them on Rogan anymore. Is because there's so many podcasts now. It's not like
Rogan's the one.
Yeah, we have the way it used to be. Now I've heard them talk with people they know on podcasts.
So they're looser.
And then they go on Rogan and they're like trying to like
Oh,
perform to him, and he's like,
yes. Did you watch his new special?
Rogan's?
Yeah.
No, I don't watch Rogan stand up.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I would love to like be friends with a comedian, like make friends with Shane Gillis and be like, bro, obviously Rogan's the man. He'd be like, obviously. And be like, how do we feel about his stand? Like, who's letting him do?
What is this?
He literally, like the expression hump the stool about amateurs, he literally humps the stool. He's fucking 50-something years old. Like, how do we feel about this? Who's not telling the man to stop doing that?
He's wide-eyed.
He's
the whole time his eyes are as wide as possible.
That's what I'm saying. He just tries to, like, perform off physicality and, like, mugging. Like, I don't know.
It's all slapstick.
It's a different era of comedy.
You want to say
At the very best, it's just shit I agree with. I'm like,
that's what me and Christian were saying.
Yep.
We had like the trailer for it on for like Netflix, and it puts the thing. And he's talking about like mushrooms and like how mushrooms are coming on, and we're sitting there and like the crowd's laughing, and like he's giving pauses for like laughter and shit. And then me and Christian are sitting there, and we're just like, that is how that is.
like
Yes. I realize it's good. It's for people that don't do drugs, I think.
That's what I feel like most comedian specials end up being. They're for like so down the middle, fucking kind of like
I've never seen
NPC brain. Like, wow, I never thought about things like that. It's like, what do you mean you never fucking? I don't know. Because I love Mark Norman. I think Mark Norman's funny as shit. And then a special comes out, and it's like they're all jokes that are like, yes, funny, but nothing like gut
Textbook.
Yeah, no gut punches.
I like Mark Norman. Him and that's how his buddy
Sam Morril.
Yeah, his podcast.
Yeah, where they're like
jokes. Was like that. Yeah,
jokes.
Yeah,
their podcast is funnier because it's like riffing. You know.
Yeah, I haven't seen Protect Your Parks in a while.
I think Ari's doing a Hitler stash next time.
Is he really?
I think so.
He could do that.
Yeah,
Jews are allowed to do it.
His dad was in the Holocaust.
Was he really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Did he die?
No, he's alive still.
No shit.
Like that.
Does he have the numbers?
Oh, I think so. I don't know.
That goes back to the thing we said yesterday. Do you think somebody out of solidarity, like my grandmother, I loved my grandma so much that I got her Auschwitz numbers on her arm.
And as I said, I don't think Jews get tattoos generally. I think that's frowned upon in their faith. It's like defacing God's creation.
Well, no, because her grandmother was like that. But she's, I'm hip.
She's for Ukraine.
She's for Ukraine. She'd be free Palestine, but
pretty
she can't.
much for Palestine.
So out of solidarity for my love of my grandmother, I got the numbers. That's like in F is for Family, that beginning episode with the German dude.
Oh, that's probably how many Jews he
Just tell me how many people he's killed. Oh my!
Such nice children.
The Nazi scientist.
Yeah, that is so fucked up. You have a German accent, you're a Nazi to children. Just be like a chill ass dude.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. Let alone a Jew.
Yeah.
What's it called though? Fuck. What were we just talking about before that?
Jewish Sam Morril.
No, still Jew stuff, but before F is for Family.
Getting in solidarity, you get your grandmother's Holocaust numbers tattooed on your arm. Yeah, for the love of the game, the Jewish game, the Jewish problem, an old doctrine brought together from racist,
pragmatic
people.
people who understood resources. And there's only so many of them.
God.
And I want mine to go to my country.
That's all I got, though. I think that's all we were talking about. Y-Files has been lacking.
I was going to say that to you and Angel the other day, yeah.
What's he doing? Give me part 2 of the Illuminati.
Again, we're right back to what we did last time. If you take a long break and you give me good shit, I don't even care. But if you come back with fucking like, wow, this
There's a hole in the forest.
Is this creature real?
Yeah.
There's been sightings
Yeah.
of a Bigfoot.
Abduction stories.
Yeah.
I'm over abduction stories. Like, just in general, people are like, I was abducted. It's always some fucking hick from, like, some fucking, I was abducted. They look like Junior.
I don't know. I kind of believe that, that was that Travis Waltman or something.
I have to see his face.
He's basically who you just described.
I believe a lot of them. That's the I mean, but then you hear all of them, and it's like, damn, like, someone's lying somewhere.
Yeah, also, I'm sure lots of people are, like, schizophrenic.
Yeah, mental. When
Yeah.
I'm taking that, I like that documentary. Where they just bring in an obvious schizophrenic man and go ahead, tell him what you saw.
It's like interviewing Beetlejuice, and they're like, Beetlejuice, you saw a UFO? Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I seen that.
I saw that shit.
It looked like this. Yeah, it looked like that.
That is odd. Wow.
Like another one.
Were they tall whites? Yes, they were tall.
Yeah, they're tall.
That dude, I believe. The tall whites guy.
Oh,
Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I believe anything Beetlejuice.
No, the guy that worked like on that base or whatever, and he met that alien. And then they found the one guy. He found all the Tic Tacs parked in the desert in those spots that he was talking about. Because he said that we built the Tic Tacs for just planetary travel, so that they don't have to bring their big ships around. Like, here's a little convenient. And then you could charge it in the Black Pyramid in Antarctica. And we'll give you a certain amount of people you're allowed to abduct each year.
In that one area. By that Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, exactly. What is that? Do you know anything about that?
That's where the
I see that pop
guess,
up.
Where the cows would get like
Oh, that's what that is?
surgically
Oh.
fucked with. But I think a lot of people go missing there.
Oh, no
in that
shit.
area. I think that's like a high activity area of shit for your UFOs and whatnot. But yeah, those cows where their like skin is removed.
Yeah. Or like they're perfectly cut and like they like remove organs and then cauterize
There's
the
no blood. They're drained of their blood. Their organs are removed. There's like no wounds.
No one's described. No one's given an explanation.
It's like, hey, you move on.
Like that mandala in the desert. You bring that up, you're a fucking lunatic.
This is what I don't understand, bro. I don't understand how people. It's one thing if you want to say like, "Oh, I don't care." Like, 1,000% understand not
Sure.
caring. I don't understand.
Don't tell me I'm crazy.
Don't look at me like I'm some fucking asshole that I'm like upsetting your natural balance of the way you like. I didn't put it there. I'm telling you it's there.
Ugh.
Like, is
it really?
what would it do for me to lie?
To
right
lie,
now?
to
Like,
look into this
yeah.
for 3 days. Yeah, 9/11's what, you believe that?
Meanwhile, it's like, oh, you're like half-brained.
Yeah.
At this point, if you're still like,
A sheeple.
I mean, yeah. Which is a great term, but then you say it, and then it's almost like you're like your own type of sheep on the other side now. That you're just like saying
You're
things.
part of the QAnon cult.
Yeah. Words get too weird like that.
We are almost QAnon. Do you know that?
QAnon's a choice. Just because we have a
Like-
large overlap in...
Like sexual preference and being gay.
You know what's weird is, yeah, gay people fought for that whole thing to be like, it's not a choice, like you're just born gay. And then everyone else is like, I literally choose to be a different thing. Like, that is my choice.
That's a lot I'm allowed to choose.
Yeah. Same acronym, though.
It is.
Different doctrine.
Yes.
One of my favorite things ever is, like, a racist gay person or, like...
A racist trans person.
Yeah, exactly. Shit like that.
Yeah, she's the best.
Like gay, Caitlyn Jenner being trans and not believing in gay marriage.
Exactly.
tremendous.
That's amazing.
That's like finding something
Because she would
a
marry.
beautiful new animal in the ocean.
Yes.
You're like, this is
This is incredible. Put her on a stage.
I love the dynamic.
Because she would marry a man.
She married another trans person.
Did she really?
Yeah, she married a girl to guy trans. And
Wow.
she's
What do you think that sex is like? A fake penis with a fake vagina. Do you think there's any pleasure there? Or are they just like, we're not even going to do this?
I don't think they even do it.
You don't even think it's worth it?
It's probably too much work.
All the stuff you have to pump into that tank.
Because it's not like they
Does
got
it work?
Yeah, but I mean, they're old. If they were young, sure.
Old people could still bone.
Yeah, but I mean...
Like, we've done it. Ugh.
Yeah,
An
I don't know
old
if there'd
bush.
be any... How much sensation is there between two...
Trans people?
But I mean, I guess if one allegedly works, it's not like now that there's two, all of a sudden they don't work. Like, they both work, right?
Yeah, they're both functional.
It should be fine on paper.
That's interesting.
That's what was happening in the Garden of Eden.
They were just seeing what worked.
Yeah.
They were just seeing
Like, you take mine and I'll take yours, but then we'll still have
we're still gonna bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll flip-flop.
I wonder if that's ever happened. Has there ever been a couple that the one tries to break up with the other and goes, "Hey, I don't think it's gonna work out because I'm actually a woman inside," and that wife then goes, "Oh, I'm a man. I've been feeling this way forever. I'm a man. Let's do it. Let's switch." Do you think that's ever happened? That's a movie.
Or like...
Bleep this. Get this out of here. We're gonna write that down.
Well, bro, did you ever see that Black Mirror episode? Like the Mortal Kombat?
No, I don't think so.
It was like the first episode of a new season, and I thought it was going to be so cool because it was about like, you're like the real character in the game of Mortal Kombat. And I was like, wow, that's cool. So this will be awesome. And then the whole episode is like, the guy's character is like a hot Chinese girl. So then like when they could play the game and he's like her, he starts to like feel more like being a girl or whatever.
Really? In
then-
real life?
Yeah, because it's two black dudes that are like not gay looking or whatever. And they're like
Two thugs.
no,
Is that what you were saying?
no at all. I'm just saying not gay dudes. They look just like standard like who they
Think of
look
a
like-
black guy.
They
That
look
guy.
like people that in the mid 2000s you would cast as the main character's best friend in a sitcom.
Okay.
Look like two black guys you would cast, like just
Yes.
not gay dudes, and they like are making out and stuff, and it's very jarring if you go in thinking it's like going to be a cool Black Mirror episode about like AI and video games, and that's where your head's at, and then that's like 5 seconds in the beginning, and the rest of it is like
It's
these
just
dudes,
gay dudes making out.
yeah, and being like, the one guy's married, so it's like a whole thing.
We can't do this.
Yeah, and he's like, I need it, man. Like it's crazy. Yeah, it's wild.
Because he's playing Mortal Kombat in VR?
Yeah.
Or was it
Or it's not
was there a
VR.
more compelling reason for them to be acting that way? Or was it just like I was a girl in a game and now I want to be a girl for real?
It's like that. It like triggered something in his brain. He's like, I don't know, something about like being like feminine, like
Wow.
that, like, and with you, and it made me realize that all this time, like, what I really, it's more than friendship.
Wow.
It literally ends with them like making out in the rain, the wife finding out and being like, you two just get it, like,
Get out of here. Go on, get. Go live in the woods. Go on, get.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
yeah, they have
Go.
Mortal Kombat VR, but it's in the fucking 1890s.
Go on. Get off my ranch. Go start your own farm.
I've never been so disgusted in all my life.
Ah, my water's broke.
Oh my god. I gotta go get this thing aborted. He'll probably be gay too, which is illegal in this time.
This years later. This is your daddy. And your daddy's.
That's what his boyfriend calls him too.
Come on, get off my land. That's just a fun accent.
It really is. It's
Oh.
like Italian and southern.
Southern Western. Southern West. Southwest.
Come on now, get. That's
You can't
like,
go too Southwest, though. You go Mexican.
I feel like that was white people's height of like balling in America.
Plantation?
Not necessarily plantation,
like-
but just that type.
Like
of
I own the
guy.
farm
like,
in the West. It's
like
18.
Texas Millionaire, same thing. Like that.
Okay.
Like and California people are like posh with it.
Yeah.
Or California maybe not as much now, but still they're like ugly with it.
Yeah.
Texas is the right middle ground where it's like I have enough money, I'm gonna do whatever I want.
Yeah, I got land. I'm going to shoot a gun.
Northeast is like
Oh.
we'll have a mansion, but like have it look nice and shit. Where
Yes.
California's like we'll have a slide on the side of the house. And
Yeah.
Texas, what are you
Like,
doing?
what are you talking about? I got a pole barn that I live in.
Yeah,
That's my truck. I'd move to Texas, I think.
it's too hot.
Stifling. Humid.
Oh, you know what I thought would be a funny thing? Blaming not getting pussy on who's in office.
That is funny.
You know how people would be like, I haven't been making nearly as much money since the fucking since Trump's been out of office. Be like, oh man, I've had a real dry spell ever since Biden took over.
Ever since that fuck came
Yeah.
in here.
Just clearly like,
And I like it. I like that it has nothing to do with the women, where you are going on dates and you are talking to people, but right when it gets to the moment of where you're gonna make the move, you just start thinking of all the fucked up shit Biden's doing. It's like fucking.
no, I think.
Why would you give money to fucking Ukraine?
I think of it completely different. I think of it as I don't even know about politics, and I am just striking out left and right. So like water cooler talk, be like, yeah, yet another. Thanks again, Biden. Like you're just like glomming on to things you've heard. And you're like, yeah, thanks, Biden. And you're like, for what exactly? And you're like, went out with a girl last night. You know, typical. I was like, what?
What happened?
Yeah, and you're like, just.
Yeah, I didn't talk to her much.
Ever since Trump's been out of there, you know, these girls, they don't know. And it's like, all right, like, you sure? What did you say? It's like, you know, I talked about myself for a while. I talked about the UFC that's coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
Told her how the new Batman movie sucked. You're like, you ask her about it? I'm like, no.
Didn't ask her much, to be honest
She
with
was
you.
telling me about her mom or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, no, I don't even bring up family at that point.
You think it was Biden though? Like,
Well, yeah,
yeah, between him and Kamala, I would say.
him and or
Yeah.
Kamala.
I also hate that press secretary.
Fucking.
Now I'm back to you though. Now I know politics again. She's
She's the worst.
she's ugly, but not in like a ugly way. There's something like that goes into my brain
Yeah.
when I look at her.
Kamala will probably just use her again.
Yeah. I hate knowing she's just gonna win, bro.
Yeah, dude. That shit's
She's not gonna win, and they're gonna be like, she won.
Yeah, 100%, dude. There's already states coming out that are like, yeah, we're not gonna have the votes ready on the day of,
Because of the mail-ins.
and it's like, well, what do you mean? For for the past 200 years, it's been the fucking day of. So what happened now in the last two elections that, or the last election where it looks, hey, it's a little shady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't say fraud, but no, that. And then in Texas, they found 1.2 million voting cards for people that are like 80% of them are dead.
There's some lady that had like a bunch of credit cards in her name, she found out. And they were all like for like people that just showed up. And, like,
And why do you think they're giving all these incentives for these migrants to buy houses? Because you need a house to vote. If you have a house, you own land, it's like, okay, well, that's fast track to citizenship, whatever. Here's your voter's card. You have or even better, you have an address that means we can mail you a vote. And then you just fill it out and mail it back. We don't even know who fucking voted. It's just the house voted. That's why it's, hey, we'll give you $50,000 to go buy a house. And by the way, the house is 0 interest, and you get it fucking cheaper than a citizen.
bro, after the past few years of houses being so crazy, and then like your government does that shit would have me outside with like
I would have loved an extra.
pitchforks and fucking torches.
I would have loved an extra $20,000 to put down on a house.
Yeah.
How nice would that have been?
Like, where's that money coming?
Yeah.
That money.
Why don't we get that?
We had that.
We're broke.
Yeah. What the fuck?
No, it's crazy. No, fucking Venezuelans are taking over people's apartments and fucking buildings and shit. They're evicting. The Venezuelan gangs are breaking into apartment buildings. They're finding the property manager, and either they're getting rid of him, and they're telling everybody, hey, we run this building now, so you just pay us rent. And like that's just how that's gonna work.
You know what's so
There's
weird?
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
There's billboards in these towns where this is happening that's written. The one side says, report your hate crimes. The other side, it's written in Venezuelan or whatever they speak. Like Spanish? It's not Spanish. Whatever they
Probably
speak.
Venezuela.
It's written in that language. And it says, report hate crimes. If you see them, we'll come. We'll come and take away the citizens.
We watched like the debate and shit. It's just so odd to me that no one will be like the one side will be they're taking over. The Venezuelans are taking over. And then the other side will be like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That's a lie. And it's just weird to me that no one's like, well, like a lot of Venezuelans could be coming over and being totally normal, and then like 2% of them could be fucking taking over a building.
And
like, that seems like probable, right?
Yeah.
That's what I don't get. Like, why? It's either like all or nothing, and it's like both things could be true, right?
Obviously.
Like, yeah, I'm very confused why that's not like
And it's also
a
like
vocal thing.
I'm not saying shut the fucking border down. Fucking.
Yeah, no.
It's like no, bring people in.
The mayor
vet
of
their shit.
Springfield or whatever, where they said that the Haitians are eating the pets and stuff.
Yeah.
That guy was like, we've had like nothing but good positives. Like these guys came here to work. Like we've seen a real resurgence in like the job industry here,
Yeah.
and they
But then
just
you see-
followed that.
But then you see the local news videos of the people that live in these towns, and they're like, yeah, no, like Haitians are driving around in vans and they're just taking cats and just
Right.
eating cats.
Yeah.
Or
So it's like the
or-
same thing where I'm sure 95% of people come over looking for jobs and shit, and it's like, cool, hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then 5% of people come over with machetes looking to like
Yeah.
rape and kill, and you're like, well, that's not good either.
Well, those people probably shouldn't come in.
That's
either.
like the split of what America is already, though. I'm not saying we shouldn't be trying to like filter them out before they get in. I'm just saying like it's not a crazy stance to have that that would be what a split. We have people that shoot up schools.
Yeah.
Like,
Tim Dillon also had a funny point where, like, he's showing these videos of like, there's these migrants come. They're like in a park. They're in like a public park. I don't know if it's New York or wherever they're at, but they're in a public park, and they're chasing these geese, grabbing the geese, chopping their head offs in the park,
Yeah.
and then just grilling them on the park grills. And it's like, yeah, that's fine in their country. It's a cultural thing where it's like they don't know that that's all fucked up and weird.
yeah, they're not even necessarily doing it trying to like shove their fucking culture down our throat or something. It's literally just a lack of like, are you guys not eating these goose? Fuck.
Yeah, this is a good goose.
Yeah.
This is a Canadian goose.
A Christmas goose.
A Christmas goose. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
That or cats, or like there was that video of
I got wildly. My cat's not even an outside cat. I spiraled thinking about what I would do to a human being if they touched my fucking cat.
there's a video of they're on the street in New York, and they have a charcoal grill, and they're just grilling up guinea pigs, and they're just on a spit.
People eat guinea pigs in a lot of places.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
You shouldn't do it here. You're gonna fucking adapt to our culture.
Well, that's kind of the thing, man. I saw a thing about Sweden where she was saying how she's saying basically what I was just saying. Like, there's different types of Islam. So she's like, there's Islamic people coming into Sweden right now that the existing Islamic population doesn't want there because they're like, these are the Islamic people we got away from. Like,
Yeah.
we don't want Sweden to turn into that again. So it's the same thing of like, I understand that the food you eat isn't necessarily the thing you ran away from.
Yeah.
But it is like a general like, all right, well, like, let's try to like
And sure,
assimilate
bring your food.
to the
It might be good.
for sure. I'm not saying that's like the sticking point or whatever, but just let's get the ball rolling on like fitting in and not just like doing the thing you were doing there here because
Yeah.
that's not a recipe for success.
Because then you get two types of people that were warring in another nation that are now just gonna come over here, maybe because they know those people are here.
it's like the movie You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
You don't mess.
Israel and Palestine's fighting over there. You don't fight when you come over to America. We're Americans now.
We're Americans.
Come on. Now you work in an electronics store. Enjoy your life.
You wear
Drive
jean shorts.
cabs.
You learn about jean shorts and white T-shirts.
It's a good movie.
You get a pack of Hanes t-shirts.
That
for
was
cheap.
the movie Rogan told Sandler he liked.
Really?
Which again, I like that movie. I'm in the
I haven't
minority.
seen it. I think I've seen it once, maybe years ago.
It's not like his best, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's such a great movie." And Sandler's like, "Oh wow,
Wow, I've never gotten that before.
cool man, thanks."
No, Grown Ups is so good. Chuck and Larry's great.
We talked about that, man. It's a quality film. That
movie will do more for the gay community than a protest ever will.
is a fact. Adam Sandler fucking laying it down on the line, saying, "Hey, knock it off with that faggot word."
Yeah.
That's a lot of people's version of like Cosby telling them to pull their pants up.
Yeah.
That was white people's version of like,
Well, I don't know
is
if
that
that's
word
true.
bad?
Because Cosby was pulling his pants down.
But at the time, we didn't know that.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
So you're saying
In hindsight, and now
So
20 years
Sandler's
later, as
gay
a
is
grown
what you're
man,
gonna say.
you could pull your pants down again. You could start sagging because Cosby was wrong. Your entire life has been a lie.
we should start sagging our pants.
You know what my favorite version of sag pants is? Because the sagging I grew up
When
with,
it's at the knees.
yes, but the sagging I grew up with was baggy shit, so it made sense that something would be sagging.
Yeah.
When people sag their pants now, they have a belt on, and the jeans are tight, and it's around their
Oh,
fucking thighs.
Yeah. I've
And
seen
it's like
that.
you established where you wanted them to go,
Yeah,
and
that's
cinched
where the
it there.
sag happens.
Like that you just look like you're walking around with your pants up down. Sagging at least was like you're picking your pants up, they sag. You pick them up, they sag.
You ever sag a little bit in like 7th grade?
I never sagged intentionally. I just I
happened.
hated belts because you fold over it.
Your belly.
Sure,
Nice. Nice.
a
Yeah.
sick animal,
Yeah.
twisted creature. You are.
Yeah. You're all right.
One notch tighter.
No, there was a dude on. We're rewatching Viva La Bam. There's a guy in there that he brings on. It's just black. He calls him. I can't remember. He calls him like something from Compton because he's from Compton and checks out. He has his pants, but same thing with the belt cinched tight. It's at his knees, and they're just dying laughing the whole time because they're like, why wear pants? Like, what's the point?
I knew a dude in high school who was like 2 years older than me, but we were in foods class together, and he would wear jean shorts. There's a black kid named who introduced himself as, I believe, Charles, and then there was one day he was talking to the teacher, and he was kind of like quiet talking, like more mumbly, and this was like a loud, like spazzy teacher.
I was a lot more down here.
So you don't really hear what he's saying. You see him like shaking his head, and her being like, "Well, I think it's a very nice name. I wish you would go by it." So he comes back over. And I'm like, "What's that about?" And he's like, "Oh, why is she tripping?" And I'm like, "Is she not calling you by your name? Like, what's happening?" He's like, "Well, I go by Chuck." That's what it was, not Charles. He's like, "I go by Chuck, but my name is Romance." And I was like, "Your name is Romance?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, this is my name, but I go by Chuck. She try to call me Romance." I'm like, "Yeah, I wouldn't want to be."
I wouldn't want to go by Romance.
Yeah, but he would wear
Romance.
jean shorts that he would sag down, but they would end up looking like capris. And it was like such a weird dynamic to look at.
That is odd.
Yeah. Foods class was
It'd be
wild.
funny to
Foods
buy-
classes where I had so many classes with like losers because I would take like I didn't realize I don't know anything about anything, but I feel like Spud. But like honors kids ended up being cool kids. I didn't realize. I thought like foods class would be like where chill people would
Yeah.
hang out, but it's like, oh no, losers who aren't trying end up in foods class and
Yeah.
like typing and shit like that.
No, I found that out when it was like, oh, a lot of these popular kids are smart.
Or not even smart, but they just do enough to like be in that bracket or whatever. It's not like
I hung out with the food kids. That's where I was.
I was always like very in the middle because I was like, you like a couple kids over here, but then they start to get like spazzy.
I didn't have a sect. I jumped from group to group.
I had like one friend in each group, so then like I'd be with that person, and then the rest of the group would be like, "Why the fuck?"
I'll
is
switch
this?
lunch tables halfway through lunch.
I did that a couple of times, yeah, and people
Like-
would look at you unfavorably, and you're like,
What? I migrate.
"You know, I don't belong here."
Yeah.
No, literally, Nick got put in my lunch one year, like halfway through, and I was like, "Motherfucker!" I popped up, and everyone was like, "Yo," what?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, like, I sit with you guys for lunch or whatever, but like Nick's like my actual friend, like my only friend in this building. Like, yeah.
That's funny. You ever sit at a table alone?
I invited a kid who sat alone to our table.
Really?
Which you feel good doing, but then you quickly
realize why they're sitting alone.
Sucks.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about, Minecraft.
They also can't just like
Minecraft.
shut up and enjoy the fact, like sit a couple rounds out and like pick up the vibe or whatever. Don't just like word vomit whatever thing got you kicked out of your last game. Yeah.
I've been watching Gangdom.
Yeah. Like, all right.
Gundam.
Here's an 8-minute video you guys should watch. Be like, I don't know.
Did you guys like see this fight scene in?
No, there was quickly regretted that. But then it was kind of like he took my spot. I was like, oh, perfect. You can sit here. And then
you were replaced. And they liked him better than you.
Well,
and that's when you had the thoughts.
No. I remember telling Nick in like freshman year, I'm like, yeah, it's been crazy. I have like these fucking voices in my head lately. It's been annoying as hell. And he was like, you understand what it's like? Because his face was weird. I'm like, what? And he's like, you understand that you just told me you have voices in your head? You said it like that wasn't going to like garner some type of reaction. And I was like, oh, well, like I guess so. But like,
yeah, but no, I might be schizophrenic. You still get voices in your head?
Not those two.
Not those two?
I have like my inner monologue voice now.
No, but you had two voices in your head?
Well, they were like
demons. One was nice, one was good.
No, it almost felt like my inner monologue was just split between two guys now instead of being one.
Now it's one?
Yeah, now it's almost more like the same guy that's just like talking to himself. There's like the front and back, two sides of the same coin type thing. Before it was like two fucking dudes like arguing from across the room type thing.
Be like, no, you should do this. No, do that.
It's like totally, now it's just more like the, like yes or no, yes or no. Before it was like just two distinct like they could agree, they could disagree. Like it was just fucking
interesting.
And then there was like my like.
Do you think that plays into your childhood trauma?
I don't think I have childhood trauma. What are you referring to?
I don't know.
My childhood was pretty sweet.
I think about that a lot.
I had a pretty dope childhood.
Yeah. Shit was fun.
Yeah.
Holidays were fun. Holidays suck now. I don't even give a shit.
I have a little sister, so that helps.
Yeah.
It captures some.
Yeah, my family left.
Your family did leave. Family did in fact leave. They stole your hound.
Yeah. Yeah, it is nice going back seeing him.
Whenever I see your phone, I get sad.
Yeah. Big boy. My hound.
I wish I could have befriended him more and not been so on the outs with him.
Yeah. Well, he's very distant.
I could understand it logically that because Christian spent more time there, that she would be like cool with him.
Yeah.
But it did upset me. I'm like, if she could do it, I could do it.
I can really get near this thing. That's enough of that. He's also just big. Like, he is intimidating. He's scary.
Well, you guys just tell me to sit down and like let him smell me. So I'm like, oh, I don't want to like fuck around.
Yeah, don't move.
Yeah.
Put your hands in your pockets. He will bite your fucking hand.
He's a nipper.
He is. He has a few bites under his belt. He drew blood on the kid next door.
See, I had Nico's dog like nip me once, and I wasn't like, I hate dogs.
I had a dog bite me in the face once.
My grandpa's dog bit my cousin in the face, and they had to kill it.
Really? That sucks. Who? Now, why is
the
that?
dog probably wanted to die
Really?
because it lived in a house with those like neurotic people that made it crazy.
I see. Whose choice was it to be like, you got to put that dog down?
The dad who's like the one that married into that family, is a lawyer.
Oh, so he was like, you have to put the dog down.
He was basically like, well, what are you going to do? And then like what hung in the air was like, you're going to kill the dog, right? Because obviously if you don't, like, we're going to do something about it.
What a crazy... I mean, I guess, yeah, like, whatever, the dog is a hazard.
Yeah,
What a
it's
wild
also
thing
just like, it's not, they don't feel love in that way. So it's not like, oh, this dog that I love so much. It's like, I have a dog. isn't he well behaved? So
Yeah.
now that the dog isn't well behaved, it's almost like, oh, I'll get a new dog anyway. And then this dog will be like, I have a dog.
Oh, so there's no like attachment.
It's not like a pet that you're like.
I see. Because that'd be rough.
Maybe on some level the guy is, but definitely not my grandma. She doesn't have that, like, just like a Catholic lady.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
Yeah. That's how my grandma kind of was, I think. I never seen him with a dog.
It's very funny because then on my other side, everyone's like,
It's cool we're back on grandmas because I thought of a story earlier. You brought up slaughterhouses. You ever, or earlier before we started the pod, did your grandma ever, like, tell you a story as a kid that's, like, horrific, but she's just like, yeah, that's just, like, what we did. She goes, my grandma was like, yeah, I went to a Catholic school, and for a field trip, they brought us to the big Chicago slaughterhouse. And, they walked us through there, and I remember seeing, cows hanging from their ankles on these machines. They're alive. Or no, not cows, I'm sorry. Pigs hanging from their ankles. And there's just a dude that she would describe as a big black guy in, like, rubber overalls up to his nips. And he was in knee-deep blood and, like, guts because he has a spear, and he's spearing these pigs. And these are 8-year-olds going through this fucking slaughterhouse. Seeing that, and then he would go and he'd pull a drain, and all the blood would drain, and then he would cap it up, and then he would fucking keep doing it. And then she goes, yeah, and then we went into the next room, and they had the sheep. And the sheep, they're hanging there because they're bah. When they're doing that, it sounds like mama, mama. And dude, she was doing that as a kid, and I was like fucking horrified. And she goes, and she caps it off with, yeah, but afterwards, you got a nice, they give you a nice big thing of meat. You got bacon, ham chops, pig, you got this, that, and the other.
is that a ham chops?
I don't know. I don't eat any of that
I was
shit.
gonna
You know
say,
how
you really-
I don't eat any
You
of
really
that
took
garbage.
a stab on that.
I
Pork
don't-
chops is a
pork
thing.
chops, lamb chops is
Ham
what
hocks is a thing.
I was thinking of lamb chops and then pork chops. Yeah. But no, and then would be like, yeah, so that was our field trip.
That's crazy. Everyone's not a fucking vegetarian. Or
That's what I mean.
That
I was
really
like, that's
fucked your head up.
insane.
It's not like you went out on a hunt with your dad and like saw like you took down a.
Yeah, took down a deer. You bring it. The dad
A
brings it in.
stag.
Yeah, you help him put it on the hood. You tie it down on the hood like this when they're all in the hood like that.
That's something, but that
When they're up there,
just
and
to watch
they're
a
like, and
man
they're like this.
spearing pigs. That's crazy. That's
No, isn't that fucked up?
satanic.
Isn't that fucked up?
Very.
I think she said there was also a machine where they would bring a cow in, and there was just a cylinder, and it would just poof, and it would just fucking with a pneumatic press like shove a fucking thing through their forehead, and that's how they put cows down. It's humane.
My
It's
grandpa
fine.
had like his war story, but I don't know if that counts.
A war story.
It's fucking like gunning people down.
Yeah.
Like, hoping to go to heaven still.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's my my uncle was like that. I never heard of him. He told my older cousins, but
My mom filmed it like secretly.
really, do you still have that?
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild. Was
Yeah.
he older at the time?
Oh, when I was born, he was like 80 something. He died
Damn.
at 93.
Damn. Yeah, that's wild. I think I've told you before, my uncle was in like the helicopter in Vietnam. Fucking. That's crazy. What a life.
Shane Gillis, when he was reading fucking Nam text from his uncle.
Oh
on
my
Rogan, I was
God.
like, oh my.
When like asked him and like expecting like, I really don't want to. Just like, oh, you want to talk about that? Yeah, I'll send you some stuff.
Segura talks about his dad sometimes doing that. And he's like, you can see it, like some shit's fucked up and then get like the 1,000-yard stare. And sometimes it's like, boy, that was the funnest time.
That was
Just
the best time of
hanging
my
with
life.
The boys,
Yeah.
like fucking
No,
around.
that is like that's men.
Dude, I saw
That's
some
men
shit.
shit.
Kamala said in the debate and wasn't getting fact checked how
Of course.
there's not one like active. There's no place that the military's in like an active enemy something or other, and someone's filming that on the TV and then flips the camera and shows like 20 army dudes, and he's like, "Well, where the fuck are we right now then?"
No, that was embarrassing. how fucking one-sided that shit was.
She did another interview that they had to cut more than half of again.
It's insane.
They asked her, like, she says, like, her spiel, and the guy goes, what are the specific examples of the things you're going to do to accomplish that?
Cut.
And then she just says, like, okay, well, I was born to a middle-class family, okay? So.
And? What are you going to do, Kamala?
There was one question where they were like, how do you feel about Pennsylvania? I feel good about Pennsylvania, okay? Because there's a lot of people in Pennsylvania.
You do a good Kamala.
Thank you. That was the answer. There's a lot of people in Pennsylvania.
Bro, and these people fucking...
That's not, like, alarming to someone. I'm not the guy that's like, Trump's perfect at all.
No, he sucks too.
He's also a crazy person, but, like, you know that. Why are we acting like...
It's also, like, the people that don't put two and two together where it's like, yeah, she doesn't have any policy because she's not the one making the policy. It's whoever fucking, whatever corporation is in control of that sector at that moment is going to be like, hey, by the way, we're going to cut taxes on this, and then we're going to fucking make it to where when BlackRock buys all the houses, make it to where they're not even going to be paying a mortgage anymore. They're just going to pay us rent. Make that a thing.
Wondering about the houses, because they say, like, there's not enough houses for people, and that's why the housing market's up right now. Like, and then when all the old people die, then things will get cheap again because the houses will be available.
That's like the boomer argument. Like, boomers own multiple houses, so it's like.
But isn't there another thing, though, where there's all those, like, subdivisions that are ghost towns?
Yeah, I live next to one. My old house.
So I don't understand how both those things could be true.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they built a neighborhood next to my old neighborhood where my parents lived, and, like, they built fucking rows of houses, and, like, we'd ride bikes through there or whatever, and it would be 10 people living there in, like, empty-ass neighborhoods. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I don't understand that. I don't know if that's where the BlackRock thing comes in, where it's like they're ghost towns, but they're not for sale because BlackRock
We
owns
own them. Yeah, we're figuring out well, that's what they're saying, that BlackRock's buying up all these fucking houses and shit, which then you get one company that then owns, say they own 75% of all the houses. It's like, okay,
you get to set the price.
we set the price now. So what do you guys want the market to be? Where are we at on that? You'll never own a house. You just pay us.
Well, I'm sure in their head, they have to look at it like the way we look at it, where it's like, I own this house. What the fuck do you mean I have to pay property tax and shit? In their head, it's like, how are we still letting them own houses? Like, rent is the only option for them. Like, how are they still able to even? Because I'm sure to them, like, it's the way the property taxes is like, how the fuck do I stop doing, like, the way Charles looks in? Like, there has to be some way to get out of this. They have to look at it like, there has to be some way to, like, we own the land. Like, sure, like, they own the house on it, but, like, we own the land.
Yeah,
like,
land's mine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my buddy Brendan says. He's like, I should get, sure, maybe tax me on the land or whatever. But it's like, I shouldn't get charged more for the bigger house I have on the land. Like, whether I have a big house or I buy this land, I put a shack on it. Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, it's still I own this portion of land. So whatever the tax rate is for this portion.
Especially if you're not in, like, a neighborhood where.
No.
Because then there's, like, an HOA or whatever. They can tell you not to have a fence too high and shit like that.
But then if you're doing that, cut my lawn and fucking trim the hedges and shit. Yeah, sure. That's what you pay an HOA for. But no, that's my buddy's new lady friend he's talking to is very pro taxes. And it's very like, he's like, yeah, I fucking.
Does she come from money?
I didn't ask that, but I can fucking guarantee, yeah. I asked him, I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? She goes, well, she's like, not like saying like you should pay more in taxes, but like doesn't like when people complain about how much taxes they're paying. It's like, well, we do pay an exorbitant amount of tax compared to the rest of the world. It's like, yeah, but her big argument is, yeah, but like who's gonna fix the streets? That's where your taxes go. Who's gonna, take care of the
complaining about the taxes if that's where the money went.
Yeah, if the streets were fucking fixed.
Yeah.
It's been fucking
You're driving
years.
on gravel.
Yeah, for how many years? Like, the intersection in front of work's fucked for 2 years.
Yeah.
The highway 80's been under construction since it started. Like since the highway was made, that shit's been under construction. They obviously don't go there.
Well, we have to fund the military, which I'm not even the guy that's saying like defund them. I'm like, listen,
No.
let's keep the military.
Keep them right.
I like being at the top of the
Yeah.
heap of countries.
I'm not trying to be fourth in the
Yeah.
strongest country list.
I know we can all nuke each other, and that's one thing. But after that, if we're gonna have
need a
like
military.
still like wars and not just dropping nukes,
Is the budget a little high?
yeah,
Sure.
it's a little much.
Is there a lot that goes to black projects? Yeah. Off the book record shit?
You saw they freaked out when Trump was talking about black jobs, and then 2 seconds later, Biden's like, "I made black jobs
I made jobs for the black fellas.
for the fellas.
For my boys. my boys I grew up around.
Holler at them."
The latest Kamala one is crazy. I gotta find it. I meant to look for it before the pod. But she's really twanging it up. Like my blah 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 brothers and sisters.
The union one was crazy.
I think that might be the one.
bro. You better thank your union rep. You better that's like.
What are you a pastor?
That's literally you're doing like a Al Jolson. You're doing like that's the most racist shit ever.
No, that was like
Thank you.
that was like a
man.
side bit in a fucking Medea movie.
You're right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that was like in Good Sunday or something.
Yeah, like what are you talking? Medea goes to church. Fucking we got Kamala Harris.
Tyler Perry should pick a side.
He should pick a side, and then Medea should pick a side,
Yes.
and they should be on opposite sides.
Yeah, Tyler Perry comes in. He's like, the economy was better when Trump. I was making a lot of money. People were going to the theater back then.
And then you see him. Hello.
We gotta get her in the White House, baby.
Yeah, we made that a black house. Coin that. Write that down. We did it first.
It is crazy though. Like, you can't run on that. Like Obama did that. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
You could be like the first.
Be the first Indian. Be the first Indian. What's wrong with that?
How pissed is that Vivek dude gonna be if this lady gets in and he's like, so I lose because I'm Indian. No one wants
me.
But because she's black, allegedly, now it's okay.
Look at the Wikipedia articles. How many times that was edited?
Oh, I've
Been telling a lot of people about that.
These are facts people don't like to hear.
No, at all. No, fucking crazy. Better, where's her family? You haven't seen her family was in full
Her
garb
mother who
in 2020.
So that lady taught her how to make greens.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that fucking
Fuck out.
You fucking are you fucking retarded?
Fucking look me in my fucking eyes and tell me that I am a piece of shit.
Yeah, she taught you how to make
piece of shit.
Yeah, she taught you how to make curry greens.
God.
No bullshit.
The best fucking
my mama.
What's that shit? The best butter chicken this side of the fucking New Nile.
Yeah.
But
New Nile.
that's a little inside.
We're gonna get more into that.
Yeah. Coming up next.
After Columbus, we're really gonna dive into that.
Yes. If I can just shake this crippling depression. If I can just
You're turning into Nick.
I'm gonna in a blanket, yeah.
So sick.
My vision's about 40%.
40%? What does that even mean?
I can see shapes. No, I'm like Charlie in that one episode.
Oh, I've grown weary.
I'm quite ill. I've fallen ill as of late.
All right, it's almost an hour and a half.
I just hate that. Like I said, people consider it like, oh, they called a black woman Indian. Cancel, like
Racist.
shadow ban, 4 views, all of them.
Oh, this will get 4 views.
But it's like, why? She's Indian.
She's Indian.
Mom's wearing The Indian stuff. Why are we?
What are we doing? Why am I crazy?
This is like in fighting when they fucking show a guy who's good at fighting, or like in basketball, you watch a guy who's good at basketball, and then they'll be like, "Yeah, the analytics though," and you're like, "Why are we arguing against what my fucking eyes are showing me?"
Yeah.
Like, I understand Moneyball. Like, yes, analytics help.
Sure, she
Sometimes
is
a guy who
30% black. Sure.
It works the other. Yeah, like sometimes the eye test looks bad, and then statistics show they actually are a little good. But you're not going to show me something good and then prove that it's bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
Get out of here.
We've been going for a while.
Yeah.
I'll start rambling.
I'm gonna freak out. For the thumbnail.
I'm taking beans
I
tonight.
do something crazy.
No, I'm going to start just putting faces over my face.
That's funny. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Because that's what people do for thumbnails now. They just make their face, and if it's two people, they just make the faces huge.
I keep debating on doing that, but I don't want to wreck up the streak that we have.
The
You know what I mean?
format, yeah.
It looks so good.
When you just scroll and
Yeah,
it's
it's
locked
cool.
in, yeah.
I don't know if we have to start. Should we keep putting the numbers on top again?
I realized that the other time.
I've
I
been
was
looking
like,
at that.
ooh.
Been looking at that.
I don't know that it like super matters at this point.
And it
Maybe
is easier.
in the future. Yeah,
It is a
cutting
lot.
any corner.
You know what else was easy? Not doing the green screen.
Oh, I bet.
That was nice.
I bet that
that was big.
was a breeze.
No, it made editing fun.
2 cameras and
Because you can color grade, you can do anything. But no. Who knows where this is going to go? We can have a new set in a week. Who knows?
We'll build walls.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But, all right. Hey, next week.